What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I want to talk about this album right here, Brotha Lynch's latest album called Mannibalector. Brotha Lynch Hung. I've talked about this dude before on my channel. Not gonna rehash the past. All I'm gonna say is he's an MC on the label known as Strange Music, Tech Nine's label. And his latest CD is the last CD in a trilogy in a big story he was telling. First CD in the trilogy was Dinner in a Movie. Second one was Coat Hanger Strangler. And this is the final CD in the trilogy, Mannibalector. And in my personal opinion, the trilogy got better and better as the albums progressed. And the overall theme of this shit is murder and cannibalism. And if you are into Brotha Lynch Hung, you already know what the fucking deal is. You already know how he raps, what he raps about. If you're not, then I'm letting you know now. If you have a weak stomach, or if you're just weak at heart, period, you're not gonna like this. But I do. He's a horrorcore rapper, or that's what people call him. And I appreciate his style. Dope album. And let's get into this shit. Production wise, it's mostly handled by two people, Michael Seven Summers and Robert Rebeck, with the exception of one song, called something about Susan, and I forget who produces that. Hold on, let me look it up. Evan Nonstop Fontaine. That's the only other producer than the two I mentioned, Michael Seven Summers and Robert Rebeck. They're the ones who do most of the beats on this album. It's split between those two. And production wise, the sound fits perfectly. You know, it's horror, it's dark, that's all needs to be said. There's no happy ass beats on this shit. If you're looking for radio friendly singles, this is not an album that's gonna have that. And I'm glad, because I've said it before on my channel, I love dark hip hop. You know, I love that shit because it's very risk taking, and I feel that sometimes it's reality to an extent, even though these guys aren't going around doing murdering and eating motherfuckers. Well, but then again, I don't know that. But let me not ramble. Let me get into some of the features on this shit. Okay, let's see who we got here. We got Triz, Burns, and Recognize from Mayday, the group Mayday. Shout out to Mayday, by the way. Got Yellow Wolf, C.O.S, Irv the Phenom, G-Mac, Bleezo, Tech Nine, of course, and Hobson. So you got, a moderate amount of features that are spread apart evenly. And well, they're not, all over the place. I'm glad he didn't have this album full of fucking features on here. And these guys all come on here and do their thing. Thank God. Nice chemistry with all these guys, especially with Tech Nine and Hobson. But I'll get into that when I talk about the songs. Alright, now let's get into some of the songs on this bitch. Alright, some of my standout tracks. Alright, starts off with an intro called Newsflash. Then we move on to track 2 called Crocodile. And that track, he's basically relating state of hip-hop to his cannibalistic ways, and just based on the hook alone, that's describing it. And I like that. It's sort of like a gigantic metaphor, the song. Let's go on to track 4, MDK, or Murder, Death, Kill. For anybody who's a fan of Demolition Man, y'all know what that is. This track I love mainly because of the beat. You know, even though Brotha Lynch goes in and Triz goes in, the beat is what attracted me to this song, because it's just so fucking simple and haunting. It's all it is really is the use of a bass drum that is following the metronome. Just, you know, it's just the bass drum by itself until you get to the chorus where they're scratching and sampling and shit. But that is fucking ill. I mean, that's a prime example of not putting too much into a beat, not being so super technical, and letting MCs do their thing and make it magic. You know, it was a simple ass beat, but it fit. That's all I gotta say about that. Track 7, Eating You, featuring Burns and Recognize from Mayday. This song had a really cool concept. Basically, it's Brotha Lynch meeting up with a chick who happens to be a fan of Mayday's, and he ends up eating her, cannibalizing her. And it's funny because in the song, Burns and Recognize end up forgiving him for doing that, and basically they were happy to be invited to his feast, quote unquote. So it's a cool concept. Maybe my explanation really isn't doing it justice. You need to go listen to the track. It's fucking dope. Track 9, Something About Susan, featuring C.O.S and Irv the Phenom. Lynch is basically, with his verse, he's basically talking about running into an ex's new man and how he wants to deal with him, because he is benefiting from all the sexual shit he taught her. And a lot of y'all could relate to that. I know that I know how angry I would be, like, if, you know, I would see a chick's new dude and he's smiling and having the time of his life and shit. Like, I could relate to that anger, you know what I mean? Y'all know, if you're subscribed to me, I'm an angry ass motherfucker, so that's a dope track. Let's see. Last track I'll talk about is I Give Up, featuring C.O.S. And this track, like the title implies, is him talking about giving up hip-hop after the completion of this trilogy. And he's talking about the only motivation that he really has are the fans of the music. And hopefully it's not true. Hopefully he doesn't give up, because this trilogy on Strange Music has been fucking ill as fuck. And hopefully he's still coming with more shit. And there's other tracks on here that are dope as fuck, obviously, like Sweeney Todd. Obviously, that's a concept track about Sweeney Todd, the murderous barber who killed people and put their bodies into meat pies and shit. My rating of this album, I would give it an 8.25, in between an 8.75. I thought this shit was dope. Like I said, it got better and better with each release. I hope Brotha Lynch ain't giving it up. I hope he's not hanging up the mic, because this was a dope trilogy. I hope he comes with more conceptual shit in the future, as long as, you know, he does it artistically, you know, and doesn't get very, I guess, mundane with the cannibalistic shit, because I know how some of y'all hip hop fans get. Y'all get so fucking freaked out by certain shit, especially horrorcore. So I mean, this guy's doing it tastefully. So shout out to Brotha Lynch Hung. Shout out to Strange Music. Shout out to Tech Nine, obviously. Oh, by the way, that track with Hobson, Tech Nine. Y'all know I was checking for that. That was probably like the thing that made my eyes light up when I was looking at the track list, and that song Stabbed, fucking ill. So shout out to Hobson, by the way, too. And Travis O'Gwin, shout out to you. Shout out to Mayday. Looking forward to your new shit. Shout out to Ritz. Everyone at Strange Music. That's it. Love the Strange Music movement, and that's it. Alright? So y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Support dope ass shit. And that's it. Peace, bitches.